Good afternoon, it's Dave at All Things Important Reviews. I've got with me today an absolute stellar of a watch. This is the Victorinox Maverick Large. This is a 43mm, 11.5mm thick, quartz stainless steel bracelet, fully solid machined bracelet. I've got it in the two-tone with the grey and gold. You can get this watch in loads of different colours. You can get it in two-tone, you can get it in normal silver and black, silver and blue. You can get it in all types of different colours really. Victorinox give a different reference for each colour, and the reference for this one is 241124. I don't know why they do that, but they do give a different watch reference. So across the Maverick range, the different colours have their own number. Obviously, the specs are as standard. It's quartz, which I'm not going to complain about. I think it will be an ETA quartz movement, but I'll confirm that. 11.5mm thick. Now I've measured that and it's nominally 12mm, but I've measured it and it is only 11.5mm thick, so it fits beautifully on the wrist, even though it's 43mm, and it's just under that if you measure the bezel, because the case is again, it has this curvature to it. The sizing is excellent, and it does not, in my opinion, even though it is quite big, it does not feel like a normal 43mm watch. The lug to lug is about 51. I've not measured the N-link to N-link, but that's going to obviously be a bit more. So it is quite a big watch, but because the thickness is wonderfully nice and slim, you could easily fit it under a cuff. This is going to fit a lot more wrists, than the specs would suggest, and I can see why they chose it to be 43mm. They also do a Maverick Small. They actually just call it Maverick Small, which is 36mm, that I've picked up for my girlfriend, and I'm going to show you why that watch, for the vast majority of men's wrists, is too small. Even though it's 36mm. So, but I know some guys that have less than 6-inch wrists. You know, if you really have a small wrist, like 5-inch or something, or 5 and a bit, then maybe 36 is for you, but it's definitely not for me at 7.25-inch wrists. Let's start off with, so I've talked about the sizing. The sizing for me is excellent. If the thickness was bigger at nearer to 12.5 to 13mm, it would be too bulky, but because it's only 11.5mm thick, it's a really nice size. It doesn't feel too bulky and it doesn't feel too top heavy. It feels really nicely balanced. The bezel, talk about the bezel. The bezel is excellent, a nice teethy grip, unidirectional with very small back play. It's all aligned from what I can see. It fits really nice. It's been done really nice. This is Victorinox are a massive Swiss manufacturer of pocket knives, military gear, cutlery and watches and other stuff. They do travel gear as well, like bags and stuff. So Victorinox are quite a big company, hundreds of millions turnover within the group. So they've been established doing watches, I believe, for over 100 years. The reason why I like them is because the quality is outstanding and the price does not break the bank. They're cheaper than Tag Heuer's, and yet I believe the quality on a lot of them is equivalent to a Tag. So I think they're one of my favourite affordable watch brands. This model retails around 495, 500 quid, but you can pick it up off eBay for a lot cheaper than that, and that's exactly what I did. So you can get it a lot cheaper than the retail prices. The bezel is excellent, and I thought originally that the bezel was aluminium, but I do not believe that that is the case. When people have contacted Victorinox, they've said it's actually a lacquer bezel. Now, if you actually look at that, it looks well too shiny to be aluminium. So I thought they must have put something on there in front of the aluminium to give it some kind of protection. I thought it was a sapphire or ceramic, and the closest I would tell you it is, they called it lacquer, so it feels like a very strong plastic, essentially. That's what it feels like. In fact, it feels even harder than that. It feels really good. But that will hold up, as far as I'm aware, for years and years without scratching. As far as I'm aware, that is very durable, like ceramic. I absolutely despise aluminium bezels. They chip so easily and they're so crap. I will not buy watches anymore with aluminium bezels, and that's one reason why I wouldn't pick Tudor, because Tudor have a lot of these crappy aluminium bezels that will chip too easily. They should have a sapphire, a lacquer, or a ceramic, in my honest opinion. The dial is unique and excellent. I like the fact you've got the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock numerals and the shield for the logo at 12 o'clock. I think the look of this watch is excellent for an everyday piece. You've got, different textures on the dial. You've got these little rings. It doesn't just look like a Submariner homage. It has its own identity, and I think that is excellent. The crystal is sapphire, so it's highly, highly scratch resistant, and you've got the date window there at 6 o'clock. It has 100 meter water resist. So the crown is signed, however, as the logo on it, the crest, or the shield, sorry, but it is not a screw down crown. Now that might be a negative. However, according to their specs, you're getting 100 meter water resist. So you could easily go swimming or light diving with this watch. The Inox is a diver watch, which is 200 meter water resist. If you're really bothered about that, go and pick up the Inox. But that is a much more bulkier watch that a lot of people will not like because it's so bulky and heavy. I've got big wrists and I'm a biggish guy, so I can pull it off. But a lot of people, as an everyday wear, the Inox throughout the day, if you have it on a bracelet, I think it becomes too heavy, whereas this one does not. And that's because this is 11.5mm thick, whereas that one is about 13.5 to 14mm thick. It's a beast, and it's 43mm. So, right, let's talk about the case back. The case back is pretty plain. You do have the reference number on all Victorinox watches, so you got the reference number there that's printed onto it or etched onto it, and then you have, the water resistance and that type of stuff. Swiss Army Victorinox. It should say 100 meter water resist on there somewhere. Yep, 100 meters. So, excellent sizing, excellent visual appeal, excellent bezel and material, highly durable crystal. The Lume I'll talk a little bit about later. The Lume is poor, although that's only because it's only applied to a few things on the actual dial. At the hands, and I believe I could be wrong, but I think the pip has it, and I think the shield has it, but I could be wrong about that. So the Lume is not amazing on this watch, but that's not a deal breaker for me, far from it. The case back is pretty plain. Would I have liked to see an exhibition window? Yes, but again, it's not a deal breaker, and if that somehow affects the water resistance or the ability of them to get the water resistance high, I would easily take water resistance above having a visual case back thing. Let's talk about the bracelet. Okay, so the bracelet is solid links. The links are fat. They're quite thick. I think they're about 3.5mm thick. 3 to 3.5mm thick. They are quite chunky. The bracelet is, I believe, 21mm. Tapers a tiny bit, tapers down to their standard friction deployant clasp. The clasp is excellent. It has heavy duty swing arms. Very functional clasp. I've kept the stickers on because I don't want to scratch it. With a safety catch, it's not going to come loose. It's fine. Obviously, this clasp, the way they could improve this clasp is to add push buttons, to add more micro adjust holes, and to perhaps not use a pressed shell for the clasp. I would prefer that to come out of actual steel, or be thicker steel if you will. But doesn't matter, the swing arms are thick. They look about 1.5, 2 mil thick. You know, durable clasp, feels really good. Nothing on the watch, nothing on the bracelet is sharp. Everything is rounded and fits beautifully on the wrist, as I'm going to show you right now. That is supremely comfortable. Nothing on that clasp aggravates my wrist. Nothing on the bracelet aggravates my wrist. It is highly, highly comfortable. The PVD coating is not bad. They've chosen, interestingly, not to polish it. I can only assume that's because it's a military grade watch. They don't want to scratch. They don't want it to show the scratches or whatever on a highly polished watch that you'd get. And also, would you really want a highly polished blingy watch for a military grade? But again, it fits absolutely superbly. That is so comfortable. And the reason why that's so comfortable is because the bracelet's so good. And the thickness is very slim at 11.5mm. Some of them might be a touch thicker at say 12mm, but again, the 12mm sweet spot keeps the watches nice and comfortable on the wrist. And can you see how it tapers up there? The case is moderately chunky, but it's not like the maxi cases or the maxi style cases that you get on the Submariner homages. So all in all, you know, excellent bracelet, excellent functional clasp. It could be improved, there's no question about it. It could be improved by having push buttons and by improving that shell, because I don't generally like friction clasps because they have a lifespan, you know. But again, you could easily replace the clasp if you wanted to. The bracelet is actually connected by just pins. And they do have arrows to tell you which way to knock them out. It's not screws. You get lots of half links or quarter links, whatever you want to call them. So you can easily get a perfect fit for you. I'm going to say, as an all-round watch that you could, you know, take to the gym, you could take to work in a business meeting, or you could wear with shorts and a t-shirt, take it on holiday, go swimming. This is an argument. This is a contender. This watch. I'm not talking about this exact model. I'm talking the colour. I'm talking about this Maverick Large and all the colours. It's an argument for an all-round watch that, you know, you could do literally everything with this watch. You could take it to a wedding. You could wear it to the gym. You could wear it casually in a business setting, whatever. It is a fantastic option. I know a lot of people don't like Quartz. I don't care. I like Quartz. I like the accuracy. I like being able to grab it, put it on, and know it's going to be at the right time. So all in all, this is a fantastic option. And the quality is there. I'm going to say the quality is up there with TAG easily. I'm going to say for the price you pay, it's absolutely excellent. I don't think there's many companies like Victorinox that make them as good as this for the price. You know, that is a beautiful, beautiful watch. Excellent materials used. I believe the case is going to be 316 stainless steel with the bracelet. But again, you know, you can't really go wrong with this watch. I'm going to take it to Thailand with me. So you're going to have some pics shortly when COVID subsides and I can get over there. My long-term goals are to be in Thailand. I want to be able to do my coding and work over there. And I want to be able to do my watch reviews, and more generally, because I've been so busy recently, I can't do a proper blog. I don't have the time at the minute, but in the future I will create a new blog website that will be reviewing watches and other tech and other gadgets, because that's what I really want to do, as well as doing my other business, which I will hopefully do in Thailand. So thanks a lot for checking out my channel. There's going to be loads of other watches coming up. I'm going to do a Maverick versus the Inox review comparison, so that you can see the differences. But I just can't get over how nice this watch is. I'm also going to pick it up in all blue, like a navy blue, with stainless steel brushed bracelet, not the two-tone, and I'm going to show you that one. Thanks for checking out my channel. Have a great day. It's Dave. Nice one.